Welcome to Study Studio. Struggling with endless current affairs? What if I told you, you only need to focus on 35 questions? After analyzing 5 years of SSC papers, we bring you the most repeated current affairs for SSC CGL 2026. From government schemes to sports, awards to defense exercises. Let's begin the marathon. Section 1, Government Schemes and Policies. Friends, the first and most critical section, the one SSC is absolutely in love with, is government schemes. You can bet on seeing at least 2 or 3 questions from here. We'll cover the most important schemes that made headlines over the last 12 to 14 months. Let's get into it. Question 1. The government has been focused on women's empowerment through the Lakhpati Didi scheme. What is the ambitious new target set for creating Lakhpati Didis? Answer: 3 crore Lakhpati Didis. This is a huge initiative. The government has scaled up its goal to help 3 crore women in self-help groups, SHGs, earn a sustainable income of at least 1 lakh rupees per year. By empowering these women, the plan is to supercharge economic growth in rural India. Question 2. Under the Pradhan Mantri Awas Yojana, Grameen, PMAYG, the government approved the construction of how many additional rural houses in its 2024 extension? Answer: 2 crore additional houses. Housing for all remains a top priority. In 2024, the Union Cabinet gave the green light to extend PMAYG and build an additional 2 crore houses. This was a major decision to meet the growing demand for rural housing. Question 3. The 16th Finance Commission was frequently in the news in 2025. Who is the chairman of this commission? Answer: Dr. Arvind Panigariya. This is a key appointment you must remember. The Finance Commission's main job is to recommend how tax revenues should be divided between the central government and the states. The report from this commission, submitted in 2025, will shape India's fiscal landscape for the next 5 years. Question 4. A major agricultural program, Atmanirbharta in pulses, was a key feature of the Union Budget 2025. What is its main goal? Answer: to achieve self-sufficiency in the production of pulses. To cut down on imports, the government launched this dedicated program for self-reliance in pulses. It focuses on giving farmers high-yield seeds, tech support, and better procurement options. Question 5. The PMSVA Nidhi scheme, which provides credit support to street vendors, was enhanced in 2025. What was a key feature of this enhancement? Answer: to further promote digital transactions and financial inclusion among vendors. The PMSVA Nidhi scheme has been a game changer for formalizing the street vendor economy. The push in 2025 was to integrate them more deeply into the digital payment ecosystem, moving beyond just initial credit access. Great job. That covers some of the most probable schemes for your exam. Remember, SSC loves to ask about the objective, beneficiaries, and key targets. Now, let's switch gears to another section that's a goldmine for direct questions: awards and honors. Section 2, Awards and Honors. Here, we'll cover the major national and international awards from 2025. Pay close attention to the winners and their fields, it's prime matching the pair material. Question 6. Who was awarded the Nobel Prize in Literature for 2025? Answer: Laszlo Krasznahorkai. Nobel Prizes are a perennial favorite for SSC. The 2025 prize went to the Hungarian author Laszlo Krasznahorkai for his compelling and visionary work. For your exam, the 2025 winner is the most relevant. Question 7. Which novel won the prestigious Booker Prize in November 2025? Answer: Flesh, by David Saleh. Mark this one down. The 2025 Booker Prize was awarded to Hungarian-British author David Saleh for his novel, Flesh. The chair of the judging panel called it a joy to read, despite its dark themes. Question 8. The Major Dhyan Chand Khel Ratna Award for 2024 was awarded to 2 athletes. Who were they? Answer: Chirag Shetty and Satwiksiraj Rankireddy, Badminton. This is a VVIP question for Indian sports. The nation's highest sporting honor for 2024 was jointly awarded to the badminton duo of Chirag Shetty and Satwiksiraj Rankireddy for their phenomenal performance on the world stage. Question 9. A book titled The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny was shortlisted for the 2025 Booker Prize. Who is its celebrated author? Answer: Kiran Desai. Books by famous Indian authors are always hot topics. Kiran Desai, who won the Booker Prize back in 2006, was back in the limelight with a nomination for her 2025 novel, The Loneliness of Sonia and Sunny. Question 10. Who was honored with the 58th Jnanpith Award, India's highest literary honor? Answer: Gulzar and Jagadguru Rambhadracharya. For the 2023 cycle, announced in February 2024, two cultural giants were named winners, the legendary Urdu poet and film director Gulzar, and the revered Sanskrit scholar Jagadguru Rambhadracharya. This is a super important question for Indian literature. Excellent. With awards, it's all about memorizing the name and their claim to fame. Make a list and revise it often. Now, for a topic that's a guaranteed hit in CGL, Sports Current Affairs. Let's see who's been keeping score. Section 3, Sports Current Affairs. This section is all about the big tournaments of 2025. SSC loves to ask about winners, venues, and star players. Question 11. Which country won the ICC Champions Trophy in 2025? Answer: India. A massive win for Indian cricket. India clinched their third Champions Trophy title by defeating New Zealand in a thrilling final in Dubai. This victory made India the most successful team in the tournament's history. Question 12. The ICC Champions Trophy 2025 was held using a hybrid model. Which two countries served as hosts? Answer: Pakistan and the United Arab Emirates, UAE. This was a major talking point. Pakistan was the primary host, marking the return of a major ICC event to the country after a long time. However, due to an agreement, India's matches and the final were held in Dubai, UAE, making it a co-host. Question 13. Who was named the player of the series in the ICC Champions Trophy 2025? Answer: Raching Ravindra of New Zealand. Even though his team finished as the runner-up, Raching Ravindra from New Zealand had a spectacular tournament with the bat, which earned him the Player of the Series award. Question 14. The 2025 FIFA Club World Cup featured a newly expanded 32-team format. In which country was this major football event held? Answer: the United States. This was the huge, inaugural edition of the expanded FIFA Club World Cup, held across various cities in the United States in June and July 2025, kicking off a new era for global club football. Question 15. Who won the men's singles title at the Australian Open 2025? Answer: Jannik Sinner. Italy's Jannik Sinner continued his dominant run, successfully defending his title to clinch the Australian Open 2025 Men's Singles Championship. Question 16. Who won the women's singles title at the Wimbledon Championships in 2025? Answer: Iga Swiatek. In a stunningly dominant performance, Poland's Iga Swiatek won her very first Wimbledon singles title in 2025. She won the final with a double bagel score of 6-0, 6-0. Question 17. The World Athletics Championships were held in September 2025. Which city played host to this global track and field event? Answer: Tokyo, Japan. The world's top athletes gathered in Tokyo for the 2025 World Athletics Championships. The event took place in the same Olympic stadium that hosted the memorable Tokyo 2020 Olympics. Question 18. Who won the men's singles title at the French Open 2025? Answer: Carlos Alcaraz. Spain's Carlos Alcaraz proved his clay court genius by winning his second consecutive French Open title in 2025. He defeated his rival Jannik Sinner in what became the longest final in the tournament's history. From the thrilling world of sports, let's step onto the global stage. Summits, reports, and India's international relations are staple topics in the general awareness section. Let's cover the most important global news. Section 4, International News, Summits. Question 19. Which country held the G20 presidency in 2025? Answer: Brazil. Following India, 2023, and Brazil, 2024, the G20 presidency for 2025 was held by South Africa, but the main summit in 2025 was hosted by Brazil in Rio de Janeiro. The theme was Building a Just World and a Sustainable Planet. Question 20. The 30th Conference of the Parties, or COP30, was a landmark climate summit in November 2025. Which city hosted it? Answer: Belém, Brazil. The location here is highly symbolic. COP30 was held in Belém, a city right on the edge of the Amazon rainforest. This put a global spotlight on forest conservation and the urgent need for climate action. Question 21. Which country hosted the BRICS summit in 2025? Answer: Russia. The BRICS presidency rotates annually. In 2025, Russia took the chair and hosted the summit. The focus was on strengthening economic ties and cooperation in science and technology among the expanded group of member nations. Question 22. India's rank in the Global Hunger Index 2025 was released. What was its approximate rank? Answer: 102nd out of 123 countries. India's rank in the Global Hunger Index is always a talking point. The 2025 report placed India at the 102nd spot with a score of 25.8, categorizing its hunger level as serious. Such index rankings are a staple for SSC exams, so always keep an eye on them. Alright, that's a quick tour of the global landscape. Now, let's bring it back home to a section directly linked to the Union Budget and super important for your exam: Economy and Banking. Section 5, Economy and Banking. Let's dive into the key economic headlines from the past year. Question 23. What was the overarching theme of the Union Budget for 2025-26? Answer: Viksit Bharat by 2047, Developed India by 2047. The 2025 budget continued to build on the long-term vision of transforming India into a developed nation by its 100th year of independence. You'll find that most major schemes announced are aligned with this Viksit Bharat goal. Question 24. Who is the current governor of the Reserve Bank of India as of January 2026? Answer: Shaktikanta Das. This is a crucial appointment to remember. Shaktikanta Das's tenure was extended, and as of early 2026, he continues to serve as the governor of the RBI. Question 25. According to the IMF's World Economic Outlook reports from 2025, what was India's projected GDP growth rate for the fiscal year 2025-26? Answer: approximately 6.5% to 6.8%. India has consistently been highlighted as a bright spot in the global economy. Throughout 2025, major international bodies like the IMF projected a robust growth rate for India in the range of 6.5–6.8%, making it one of the fastest growing major economies. From the economy, we pivot to national security. Defense exercises are a very important and frequently tested topic in SSC CGL. Let's cover the key joint exercises from 2025. Just focus on the exercise name and the partner country. Defense and security. Here are the key joint military exercises India participated in. Question 26. The 21st edition of the Joint Military Exercise, Yuddha Abhyas, was conducted between India and which other country in 2025? Answer: the United States of America, USA. Yuddha Abhyas is one of the biggest and longest running exercises between India and the US. The 2025 edition marked the 21st iteration of this important drill. Question 27. The Joint Military Exercise, Dharma Guardian, is an annual exercise conducted between the armies of India and which country? Answer: Japan. Remember this pairing, Dharma Guardian is always with Japan. The 2025 edition focused on strengthening tactical skills and interoperability between the two forces. Question 28. The naval exercise, Le Pérouse, is a major multilateral drill in the Indo-Pacific. Which country typically coordinates this exercise? Answer: France. Le Pérouse is a big one for naval cooperation. It's led by the French Navy, and India regularly participates along with other Quad members like the US, Australia, and Japan. Question 29. The bilateral exercise, Cyclone, is held between the Special Forces of India and which other nation? Answer: Egypt. Exercise Cyclone is designed to boost interoperability between the Special Forces of India and Egypt, often focusing on counterterrorism and desert terrain operations. Question 30. Tiger Triumph is a significant tri-service humanitarian assistance and disaster relief (HADR) exercise between India and which partner country? Answer: the USA. Tiger Triumph is a massive exercise involving the Army, Navy, and Air Force of both India and the US. It simulates a joint response to a natural disaster, a very relevant scenario in our region. Fantastic! You've now covered the most critical defense events. For our final sprint, we'll tackle some miscellaneous but high-yield topics that SSC loves to pick up, including science. Question 31. What is the name of the female-looking humanoid robot developed by ISRO as a crucial component of the Gaganyaan mission? Answer. Vyomitra. Vyomitra, which means space friend, is a star of the Gaganyaan program. This advanced robot will fly on the uncrewed test flights to simulate human functions and test the life support systems before astronauts actually go to space. Question 32. The NASA ISRO Synthetic Aperture Radar (NISAR) mission is a landmark collaboration. What is its primary objective? Answer. To monitor Earth's land and ice surfaces in great detail. NISAR is a massive joint project between NASA and ISRO. This advanced satellite is designed to observe changes in our planet's surface, providing invaluable data for understanding climate change, deforestation, and natural hazards. Its launch has been a major goal for both agencies. Question 33. What was the theme for World Environment Day 2025, celebrated on June 5th? Answer. Beat plastic pollution. The 2025 World Environment Day, with global celebrations hosted by the Republic of Korea, focused on the urgent global crisis of plastic pollution. Themes of major international days are a pet topic for SSC. Question 34. What was the theme for International Yoga Day 2025, celebrated on June 21st? Answer. Yoga for One Earth, One Health. International Yoga Day is a significant global event initiated by India. The 2025 theme highlighted the deep connection between our personal well-being and the health of the planet. Question 35. India's ambitious orbiter mission to study Venus has a specific name. What is it? Answer. Shukriya-1. After missions to the Moon, Chandrayaan, and Mars, Mangalyaan, ISRO's next big interplanetary adventure is to Venus. The Shukriyan-1 orbiter is being developed to study the thick atmosphere and surface of our twin planet. And that is a wrap. We've powered through more than 35 of the most important, most repeated types of current affairs questions, specifically curated for the SSC CGL 2026 exam. We've covered everything from government schemes and global awards to sports, summits, and science. Remember, the real secret to mastering current affairs isn't just learning, it's revision. To help you with that, a free PDF with all these questions is waiting for you on our Telegram channel. The link is right there in the description. Download it, and make sure you revise it at least 3 times before your exam. How did you score? Drop your score out of 35 in the comments below. It's a fantastic way to benchmark your preparation and cheer on others. If you found this marathon session helpful, please smash that like button and make sure you're subscribed. In our next video, we're bringing you a similar marathon on the most repeated static GK questions for SSC CGL. You absolutely don't want to miss that one. Until then, keep revising, stay focused, and believe in your hard work.